It's funny because my social media feed, I've seen a couple things, and it's like a video of like LeBron or something like dunking or shooting, and it's like how me and bro are going to be at the great lock-in of fall 2025. And I thought that made me laugh. But the reason I'm making this video is because, like, listen, 2025, it's not over yet, right? A lot of people, unfortunately, it kind of is, right? They kind of check out, they kind of hit cruise control, waiting for the new year. It's like just a magical reset button, new year, new me type of BS. And the problem is, guys, like if you waste these last few months, you're just carrying around the same excuses, and it's going to carry over next year, right? The same bad habits, the same regrets, straight into 2026. And it's crazy even saying that number out loud because I feel like time is going by faster and faster for all of us. But what you guys do, right now, what you guys do tomorrow, the next day, the next week, it's all going to compound. Just as stocks compound over time, so does your habits, and so does the daily things you implement in your life. So whether you decide to start next year like everyone else, or decide to quote unquote lock in, which is what this video is about. But the reason I'm making this video is because I was recently thinking about some of the goals that I set out for myself this year. And, a lot of people that watch this channel, they might think that I have it figured out, or they might think that other people they watch on YouTube have it all figured out. And quite frankly, guys, that's not the case, right? I did accomplish, most of the goals I set out for myself, but like, quite frankly, I'm still not necessarily happy or fully satisfied with where I'm at in some of the aspects of my goals too. And I'm going to make sure that I do continue to lock in and, as they say, throughout the rest of the year, because I don't think it benefits anyone to just coast through the holidays. I don't think it really does. It's really nice to see your friends. It's nice to see your family. It's just to hang out with people. But like, I've just become more and more, what's the right word? I don't know. Just chilling all the time is not cutting it. Like I took 2 days off of work, like my normal day job, this past week. It was the first time I took time off in a while. And it was funny because I took the day off and I just found myself thinking about making money and work anyway. Like I was kind of like, wow, like this is it. And obviously that's, a little unhealthy. Like, it is good to take time off. And sometimes you got to take one step back to take 2 or 3 steps forward. That's totally fine. But just chilling all the time is honestly not cutting it anymore. It's kind of like, video games, for instance. I do think video games have declined to some extent in terms of quality, but I have a video about this as well. But I think overall, as us, men and women are getting older, I think we realize, like, I mean, damn, like, we have responsibilities to do. We have a life where we want to level up. We want to get better and achieve our goals. And it's like, it's not necessarily beneficial to just sit around and waste a bunch of time. And I feel like a lot of people during this fall season do especially end up just kind of sitting around. Where I live right now, it's starting to get, like, the temperature is finally starting to drop a little bit, right? Like it's starting to get a little bit cooler, like that fall weather's coming around. And I feel like a lot of people during the fall season, like especially men, they're all about, fantasy football or, watching the football game 12 hours every Sunday. And that's totally fine to chill and take some time to yourself. But just guys, just seriously, make sure you're still putting one foot in front of the other to hit your goals. Like if you really want to get to a certain point of your life, if you really want to achieve a certain goal, like something has to change. What's that one saying? Nothing changes if nothing ever changes. It sounds so simple, but it's in cliche, but it's true, right? And I feel like one thing that I'm doing is like I'm flipping the perspective, right? Like these next couple months of this year is really like a secret advantage. Like a lot of people, like I said, they kind of pull away, they kind of relax, they chill. But winners, like, they're gonna pull ahead because everyone else slows down, right? It's kind of there's that one story that we always heard in school growing up of like the tortoise and the hare, I believe it was, where like the hare was like, running or whatever, and the tortoise was slow and steady, and the hare kind of like started coasting towards the end of the race, and the tortoise ended up catching him and beating him. It's the same thing where a lot of people quit. A lot of people can sustain motivation or stuff for like short bursts, but can you really sustain it for a whole year, for 3 years, for 5 years, for a decade? Can you really sustain that? A lot of people can't. And practical actions that you guys could do now is, like I said, don't let off the gas, but pick one thing that you can start building momentum on. I've talked in other videos myself where, I've started doing like certain business ventures, but also just like stuff with my health. Like I've been really into my health even more this year. Really diligent about getting 10K plus steps a day. My diet's a lot different than, it used to be. I never was like really bad at like eating or anything, but, right now I'm doing, more of like an animal-based diet and, really focusing on eating like whole organic foods, and things like that. I've become a lot more health conscious this year, or even things just relating to sleep as well. And I've noticed all of this has kind of compounded in my life to really be able to let me to perform better day to day. And I think for you guys, just pick one thing and focus on it, throughout the end of this year, right? Maybe you want to, it could be something that's not business related. It could be, maybe you want to play an instrument. Okay, focus on playing an instrument for 30 minutes a day for 90 days straight. I promise you'll be a lot better at that than you were if you just coast and you're like, I'll think about it next year. It's all right. And I think deep down, a lot of people know what they have to do. And I've had to call myself out on this a lot too. Like a lot of people know deep down what they have to do, right? I find it hard to believe that a lot of people don't know how to do something. Like, yes, are you an expert at it? Probably not. But let's say, for instance, you wanted to start a business that does, I don't know, car detailing, right? You don't need to be an expert car detailer. You just need to start detailing cars, right? So don't have this paralysis by analysis, or don't overthink things, guys. Like, don't waste the rest of 2025. Don't waste the rest of your life. If there's something you want to do or get into, just start getting into it. I know it sounds funny and it sounds cliche, but when you first learned how to swim, hopefully you guys can swim because that's important. But whenever you guys first learn how to swim, you got thrown into the pond, the lake, the pool, whatever it may be, and you had to figure it the F out. That's how it is. So, start acting now instead of waiting to, prestige in Call of Duty or waiting to level up. Start leveling up now. So you enter 2026 with that like little bit of momentum going, right? So imagine hitting, New Year's Eve, or actually, let's even take it a little bit sooner. Imagine you're sitting there on Thanksgiving and, your aunt's like, oh, how's that business going or whatever? Or like, how's this going? Like, you want to be able to like actually for once have something to say. I've had to deal with that before where it's like, certain family members or something saying stuff about you. It's like get serious about it. People are wrong about you until they're not. So the reason I made this video is because I was talking to a friend of mine recently, and he had been, wanting to try a certain thing for a while now, and he hasn't. And I basically told him, I was like, you have to stop waiting for the perfect moment or waiting till you might know more or, buy this first. It's like, you have to just start now, guys. Just start now. It's really that simple. You either spawn into the new year, as they say, with a full loadout or with nothing. And it's like, you might as well start now. Start now. Get that momentum building now. While everyone else is chilling this fall, while everyone else is just sitting on the couch and kind of coasting to the rest of the year, start now and get that extra momentum. I promise you it's going to help you a lot. But yeah, guys, so what's one thing that maybe you're trying to start? Maybe it's a habit that you've been trying to, or maybe it's a bad habit. That's another thing too. A lot of people, not only are you wanting to start a good habit, but they don't want to cut out the bad habits. Like if you were to cut the dead weight, trim the fat, so to speak, or cut out all the bad habits in your life, you'd probably feel like 50% better, right? Like you could literally not do anything but like cut out bad stuff. Like maybe you're drinking alcohol like when you shouldn't, or maybe you're just smoking pot every day, like those type of things. If you were to cut that out, like you would probably feel way better without even adding good stuff, if that makes sense. So what's one habit that you guys are trying to implement in your life, and what's maybe one bad habit that you guys are trying to drop in your life currently? I'm curious to know kind of what my audience is dealing with currently, but really just want to get on here and make this message because I really want you guys to hit your goals. And I'm just telling you that if you start now and you build this momentum through the New Year's, you're going to even be in a way better spot once New Year's Day rolls around for 2026. So I'll see you guys in the next one.